My name is David Turnbull. I'm with the Climate Action Network. We're a network of over 450 organizations around the world in a large number of countries, over 60 countries around the world, working together on climate change solutions. And we're here at the Accra negotiations to push for a safe and equitable solution to climate change and push for these negotiations to move forward. So I'll quickly introduce our speakers and then we'll get started. First we'll have Samuel Dotse, who's with the Hadoff Foundation here in Ghana.
Climate change is not a reality. What I want to say over there is we have not inherited this earth from our parents. Rather, we borrow it from our children. So if you borrow something, you have to keep it in safe for those that you borrow the thing from. Last year in Ghana, we have witnessed in the history of our economic development one of the most devastating effects of floods in the three northern regions of Ghana, where over thousands of lives or homes were submerged as a result of flood, all as a result of climate change.
Well, thank you. Catherine Goodman from WWF International. Well, we are urging more of an Olympic spirit here at these Accra climate negotiations because we think that the negotiations have to be much swifter, aim much higher, and be much stronger in their proposals. What I just want to mention is that we do have some countries that are coming forward with proposals, and that's exactly the kind of Olympic spirit that we need here. The other suggestion comes from Mexico. It's all the way to the heads of state level. They've been saying, we will need a global fund, which then can really massively have an impact and help developing countries on technology, on adaptation. There are countries like the European Union, or Canada, or the United States and Japan who have not been putting forward what we consider constructive proposals. So there's actually more countries, the emerging economies, so countries from the developing world, and it's countries like Norway or Switzerland that have been innovators in this process and are actually creating the right kind of dynamic that we need. And it's not the industrialized countries, they are slowing down the process, and they need to change that, and we expect for that, for a different dynamic, for them to be much more proactive and working with the developing countries at these negotiations.
Thank you. John?
Okay. Global emissions from deforestation in developing countries account for nearly 20% of all the world's emissions. That's about the same as all the emissions from the United States. So it's unthinkable that we would have a global deal in which we don't cut emissions from deforestation along with emissions from energy. And I should stress that they do need to be in addition to. So we need energy cuts and we need deforestation emission cuts, not either or.
Yeah, I mean, I think Can and Samuel's group and other groups within the Climate Action Network certainly meet and discuss different proposals and ideas that we have with the different delegations. Of course, we can't force them to accept the proposals, but we're always trying to inform as much as possible and work with the different countries as much as we can to try to find the best outcomes that we believe exist.
And just as as we said, it's crucial that parties put proposals on the table and start to say what their positions are. We ask them that, and I strongly suggest that you ask them that as well. What is your position on X, Y, and Z proposal? Do you have a take on it? A lot of them don't have a take, but they need to get a take. We got to bring this deal to Copenhagen. We got to have prime ministers, presidents, ministers bought into this idea. That means that different ministries in the country need to get their positions aligned and lay out their positions so that they can make a decision on the Copenhagen Agreement. What do they want? My sense is that parties aren't there yet, but they need to get there much faster if we're going to have a serious conversation on this. We need to have the details on the table.
So our we're out of time, but thanks everyone for coming.